Hey, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. You picked a good one to start with. Today, I'm showing you a full nail transformation. New client. Came in with someone else's work on her nails. Dark material, long length, looked fine from across the room. Up close, lifting on every single finger. And what was hiding underneath that lifting? That's exactly what this video is about. We're going to get into why lifting is never just an aesthetic problem, what actually grows in that space between your enhancement and your natural nail, and how I took those damaged nails and built a sculpted milky French with pearl chrome powder from scratch. No gatekeeping. Let's get into it. In this video, you're going to see the full removal process, why I went slow, and why that actually matters for the health of the nail plate. You'll see what I found under those lifts, and I want you to stick around for that part because it's the kind of thing no one talks about, but everyone should know. You'll see the full sculpted French build, chrome application, the works, step by step, nothing skipped. The final result is at the end. Trust me, the before makes the after hit different. Let's talk about lifting, not as an annoyance, not as something that just looks bad, as the actual health risk it is. When your gel or acrylic lifts from the natural nail, it creates a pocket, dark, enclosed, sometimes damp. That pocket is a perfect environment for bacteria, mold, and fungi. They don't need much, just warmth, darkness, and moisture, which is exactly what's under your enhancement. Most clients don't know this, and I don't blame them because most nail techs don't tell them. Today, we're fixing that. Lifting isn't just cosmetic, it is a warning sign that something is happening underneath your nail that you cannot see, and ignoring it has real consequences. What kind of consequences? Let's talk numbers. Nail fungus, onychomycosis. When it's fully established, treatment takes months with oral antifungals in some cases, and 0 enhancements during the entire treatment period. Months with nothing on your nails while your nails recover. That's the actual cost of ignoring a lift. Quick ask, if this is the kind of content you want to see more of, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach people who need this information. This channel has been running since February 2026. We're already at 136 videos, and the whole mission is giving you real, practical nail education without holding anything back. A like goes a long way. Appreciate you. When I started the removal, the first thing I noticed was a yellowish tint on the natural nail surface. Faint at first, but consistent across multiple nails, especially in the lift zones. Underneath the heaviest lift zones, I found trapped debris, moisture residue, and that whitish powdery texture that tells you the nail plate has been compromised for a while. This isn't surface level. This is the nail plate signaling that something has been wrong for a while. Now, does that automatically mean fungus? No, but it means you're in the risk zone, and without proper removal and treatment, you're giving fungal infection ideal conditions to develop. The clinical term is onychomycosis. It's more common than most people think, affecting roughly 10% of the population, and the nail enhancement industry, when done carelessly, can absolutely accelerate it. I want to be clear, this client's previous tech is not necessarily the villain of this story. Lifting happens for reasons: prep issues, product incompatibility, aftercare, natural nail chemistry, but when it's not caught and addressed, that's where the damage happens. If you're new here and you want no gatekeeping nail education, subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around giving you the actual information, not a dumbed-down version of it. Hit the bell too. The algorithm doesn't always notify you when I post, and honestly, that's between me and YouTube, not you. Here's where I want to get technical, because this is one of the most misunderstood parts of nail work. When there's lifting, the temptation is to go fast, high-speed e-file, power through it, get to the design. I get it, time is money, but that approach has real consequences for the nail plate. At high speed, your e-file doesn't distinguish cleanly between the enhancement and the natural nail underneath, especially over a lift zone where the product is already partially detached and the nail plate is more exposed than usual. The result? over-thinned nails, sensitivity to heat and cold, sometimes that burning sensation during filing that clients just accept as normal. It is not normal, it is damage. With this client, I mapped out the lift zones on each nail before touching them with the e-file. Every finger was different. Some had superficial lifting near the free edge, others had separation almost halfway down the nail plate. I used a carbide bit for the bulk of the product, lower speed, and let the bit do the work, not the pressure. The moment I felt heat building, I moved to a different nail and came back. Nail plate temperature management is not optional, it's part of the service. Did it take longer? Yes. Did she leave with intact nail plates? Also yes. That's the trade-off I will always make. Tell me in the comments, have you ever left a nail appointment with nails that felt thin or sensitive afterward? And did anyone explain why that happened? I read every comment, and if you have a technical question, drop it there. I answer what I can. Before I get into the build, I want to give you something genuinely useful, a practical guide to nail yellowing, because not all yellow looks the same and not all yellow means the same thing. Knowing the difference can literally save you months of treatment, so I'm going to break it into 3 types. Type 1, stain yellowing, even across the whole nail after wearing dark gel for extended periods. That's pigment migration from the product into the nail plate. Unpleasant, harmless, resolves on its own. No action needed beyond using a base coat and not wearing dark colors back to back without a break. Type 2, localized yellowing, specifically in areas where lifting was present with a slightly different texture than the surrounding nail. That's your warning signal. It may indicate early-stage fungal colonization and needs to be addressed with proper prep and sanitation before any new product goes on. Type 3, yellow-green discoloration combined with any of the following: foul odor, pain or tenderness, spongy texture, nails separating from the bed. That is outside the scope of nail services. That is a dermatologist or podiatrist visit. Not next week, now. This client was type 2. I cleaned the affected areas thoroughly, prepped the plate properly, and we could proceed. If she'd been a type 3, I would have referred her out. No exceptions. Because part of being a good nail tech is knowing where your job ends and a medical professional's job begins. Okay, clean nail plates, properly prepped, now we build. Client asked for something clean and elegant, natural looking but with a little something extra. My favorite kind of brief, honestly. We're doing a sculpted French, builder gel, nude base, milky white tip, and pearl chrome powder to finish. Full breakdown coming up. First, shape. Always shape first. I used a medium grit file to refine the natural nail length into a soft almond, proportional to her hand, nothing aggressive. Thin base layer of builder gel, properly sealed at the cuticle and sidewalls. No flood, no lifting points built into the application itself. This is where most lifting issues start, by the way, at application. Now, the sculpted tip. This is the part that intimidates most people. It doesn't have to. The most important thing I can tell you about sculpted French, your brush does not go back. One stroke, forward, toward the free edge. Clean, done. The moment you drag your brush backward through gel that has already started to skin over, you've broken the surface tension and your smile line is going to look like a topographic map. Your only window for correction is before the second cure. Use a fine detail brush. That's your only window without reaching for a file. After cure, file only, and that means more time and more risk to the underlying layers. Know your window and use it. Nude base, full cure. The translucency has to be even. Any variation in opacity is going to show through the final result and compete with the smile line contrast you worked so hard to build. And now, pearl chrome powder. Honestly, my favorite part of any set, every time without exception. What most people don't know about chrome powder, the same product looks completely different depending on skin tone. On lighter skin, pearl chrome reads as a cool, near-white luminosity. Very clean, very modern. On deeper skin tones, that same powder becomes warmer, more golden, more dimensional. It's not the powder changing, it's physics. Light bouncing off different melanin concentrations reads differently to your eye. Application: small amount on a silicone or felt applicator. Circular motion, consistent pressure. Too much pressure and the chrome disperses unevenly. Too little and it won't adhere before your top coat seals it away. The sweet spot is muscle memory. You'll find it. No wipe top coat, full cure, and we're done. Those hands came in with lifting on every nail, moisture damage underneath, discoloration, the works. They left with a sculpted, milky French, a pearl chrome finish that shifts in light, and nail plates that are actually intact. That second part matters more than the design, always. If you take one thing from this video, lifting is never just lifting. It's a signal. Pay attention to it. Ask your nail tech why it's happening. A good tech will have an answer. If they don't, that's information too. If you're a nail tech watching this, slow down on the lifts. Your client's nail plate health is part of the service, not a side effect of it. See you in the next one. Beauty that is above all safe.